If you think the Memphis real estate market is tough right now, just wait until you see what the state legislature just dropped on us. There is a massive shift happening under our feet, and 5 brand new Tennessee laws are completely rewriting the rules of the game for Memphis homeowners and buyers alike. From major changes in how we handle property taxes and zoning to brand new regulations that impact your favorite local neighborhoods, the playbook has officially changed. Waiting until next year to understand these shifts is a luxury you simply cannot afford. Hey, I'm Jen Carstensen. I'm a local real estate expert right here in Memphis, Tennessee. My team, the Live Love Memphis Group, we've been helping people navigate this crazy, beautiful market since 2008. We've seen the economic cycles, we've seen the neighborhood shifts, and we know that winning in Memphis real estate isn't about guessing. It's about knowing the facts and utilizing localized data. Lastly, I've been flooded with calls and texts from clients saying, Jen, what's going on out in Nashville? And is it going to hit my property value here in Shelby County? Well, today we're going to get into it. We're breaking down the 5 major Tennessee laws that are shaking up Memphis right now. Whether you're a first-time home buyer trying to get your foot in the door, current homeowner protecting your nest egg, or an investor looking for an opportunity, you need to know these rules. Let's start with something that hits everyone right where it hurts, the wallet. Tennessee has historically been a refuge for people fleeing high-tax states, and it's one of our biggest selling points. But as home values across Memphis exploded over the last few years, property assessments soared right along with them. Neighbors in East Memphis and Midtown were opening their mailboxes and getting absolute sticker shock. To combat this, the state rolled out aggressive updates to property tax relief and assessment guidelines. For our seniors, disabled residents, and disabled veterans in Memphis, the income thresholds for tax freezes have been expanded significantly. But the bigger story for the overall market is how the state's cracking down on local municipality assessment spikes. Memphis has a unique tax structure because we have both city and county taxes. In the past, a sudden neighborhood boom like what we've seen in Edge District or Binghamton could mean a massive overnight tax jump for legacy homeowners, sometimes forcing long-term residents out of their homes. This new legal framework creates a more stable runway. For buyers, it means your holding costs are more predictable. For sellers, it preserves the affordability index of your home, keeping your pool of qualified buyers larger. It's a stabilizing force for our block-by-block city, ensuring that neighborhood momentum doesn't price out the very people who built the community's soul. If you spent any time tracking real estate trends, you know that short-term rentals, STRs, like Airbnb and Vrbo, have been a massive battleground. Memphis is a global tourism hub. People flock here for Elvis, the blues, the food, and massive events at Liberty Park or Tonley Park. Naturally, a property owner wants a piece of that pie by converting homes into rentals. Local governments across the state tried to clamp down with heavy-handed zoning bans. However, Tennessee passed legislation that severely limits a city's ability to retroactively strip away short-term rental rights if the property was already operating legally. Furthermore, the state has paved the way for easier approvals of accessory dwelling units, ADUs, think carriage houses, garage apartments, or tiny homes in the backyard. Think about historic areas like Midtown or South Main. These neighborhoods are full of older properties with detached garages or alley access points. This legal shift essentially unblocks hidden density. If you're looking to buy a historic home but aren't sure if you can comfortably afford the mortgage with today's interest rates, the ability to legally build or maintain an ADU as an income-producing rental completely changes your math. It's creating a whole new layer of value for properties with large lots or historic secondary structures. It's a massive win for property rights, but it means if you buy in an area without strict HOA covenants, you need to expect that your neighborhood dynamic might include some transient tourism energy. Before we get into number 3, let's be real for a second. Navigating state laws and hyper-local market shifts can feel like drinking from a fire hose or like I'm Charlie Brown's teacher, like, wah, 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 what does this all mean? If you're serious about making a move or investing here, you need a blueprint that cuts through the noise. I've put together a completely free Memphis relocation guide that breaks down everything from school districts and neighborhood vibes to utility setups and tax breakdowns. Grab it via the link in the description below or scan the QR code on your screen right now. It's the exact data-driven resource I give my personal clients to ensure they make a smart, protected move. So go grab your copy. I'll be right here waiting. This next one is a massive victory for consumer protection relocation, and frankly, it's about time. If you own a home in Memphis, especially in transitioning areas like Highland Heights, Fraser, or Whitehaven, your phone has probably been ringing off the hook with out-of-state investors or wholesalers offering to buy your house for cash, sight unseen. Tennessee has stepped in with strict new disclosure laws targeting the wholesaling industry. Wholesalers, people who tie up a property under contract and then sell that contract to another buyer for a fee, are now legally required to be completely transparent. They must explicitly disclose in writing that they do not own the property, that they are selling the contract right, and they cannot use deceptive marketing that misleads vulnerable homeowners into thinking they are traditional buyers. Failure to do so now carries heavy financial penalties and can be deemed a violation of the Consumer Protection Act. Memphis has unfortunately been a playground for predatory real estate practices because of our attractive price-to-rent ratios. Legacy homeowners, often elderly, were being pressured into signing away their equity for pennies on the dollar. This law effectively cleans up that marketplace. It flushes out the bad actors and protects the neighborhood equity. For everyday homebuyers, it's a blessing because it means fewer properties are being swept up into the shadow markets before they ever hit the MLS. It levels the playing field and ensures that when a house in a neighborhood like Fraser goes up for sale, local families actually get a fair shot at buying it. Now, this shift stems from national legal settlements, but Tennessee's implementation is actively altering how every single real estate transaction in Memphis functions today. For decades, the way real estate agents were paid was somewhat standardized behind the scenes, with sellers typically funding the commission for both their agent and their buyer's agent out of the total sale proceeds. This new legal framework completely decouples that process. It mandates absolute transparency. Buyers are now legally required to sign a written agreement with their agent before they even tour a home, explicitly stating how much that agent charges for their services. Furthermore, sellers are no longer allowed to advertise buyer-agent compensation in the MLS. This completely changes how we negotiate offers in competitive pockets like East Memphis or the Medical District, but everywhere in the entire state. For buyers, you have to be prepared. If a seller chooses not to cover your agent's fee, that cost could potentially come out of your pocket at closing, meaning you need a hyper-strategic agent who knows how to negotiate those concessions directly into the purchase contract. For sellers, it means you have to have flexibility in how you market your home, but you have to understand that offering zero compensation to a buyer's agent might severely limit your buyer pool in a market where buyers are already stretching every dollar to cover down payments. It's taken the industry standard and thrown it out the window, replacing it with a hyper-customized negotiation process for every single deal. Finally, we have to talk about the shifting dynamics between landlords and tenants. Memphis has a massive rental market. Institutions and mom-and-pop landlords own a significant portion of our housing stock, particularly around the core infrastructure hubs like the Medical District and the FedEx corridor near Whitehaven. The state has updated provisions within the Uniform Residential Landlord and Tenant Act. These updates streamline the eviction process for non-payment or property damage, creates a more expedited timeline for landlords to reclaim their property while simultaneously enforcing stricter penalties on landlords who fail to maintain basic habitability standards. This is a classic double-edged sword that's altering property management strategies across Shelby County. For real estate investors, it lowers the risk profile of buying rental property in Memphis. Knowing that the legal timeline to handle a non-paying tenant is structured and predictable makes our market incredibly attractive for capital allocation, which continues to drive demand for investment-grade properties. However, for the local community, it underscores the critical need for high-quality, stable property management. We're seeing a shift where corporate slumlords are facing real pushback from city code enforcement, backed by these updated habitability rules. The reality of navigating the Memphis real estate market is that you cannot afford to look at housing in a vacuum. It's just not about finding a pretty kitchen or a great backyard in Cooper Young or Uptown. You have to understand the underlying legal and economic architecture that dictates what an asset will be worth 5, 10, or 20 years from now. These 5 laws aren't just dry text sitting in a legislative archive in Nashville. They are living, breathing shifts that impact your property taxes, your rental rights, your buying power, and your neighborhood stability. Since 2008, I've watched this city evolve through thick and thin, and the sophistication entering our market right right now means that casual buyers can get left behind pretty quickly if they're not paying attention. If you want a dedicated, data-driven partner who can help you navigate these legal waters and find the right block-by-block opportunity for your family, my team at the Live Love Memphis group is ready to step in and guide you. Don't forget to download your free Memphis relocation guide in the description below. If you found this legal breakdown valuable, do me a huge favor, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss a market update. Now, I want to hear from you. Drop a comment below. How do you feel about these new laws? Do you think they're going to protect homeowners? Do you think that they're going to make it harder for buyers? Let's start a conversation. Thanks for watching. Stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one.